Movie begins with Sadie Rhodes, a busy professional, taking a rare moment for self-reflection as she drives through the suburbs of Washington, D.C. It's evident that she seldom has time for such introspection, and her primary concern is the fear of ending up alone and lonely. During a phone call with her therapist, Dr. Claudia, Sadie expresses her anxiety, triggered by the recent death of a colleague of her age. The therapist advises against making hasty decisions based on these concerns, and Sadie has no immediate plans for significant changes in her life. The most she contemplates is buying a houseplant for companionship. Her quest for a plant leads her to a local organic market in Washington, D.C., where she encounters Cole Turner, a young farmer selling his goods at the market. Initially, their interaction is marked by tension, as Cole disapproves of Sadie buying a plant she might not have time to care for. It takes the intervention of others for Cole to realize that there's a strong, unspoken connection between them, prompting him to reconsider and give their connection a chance. In contrast to Sadie, Cole enjoys a close-knit family life, residing with his parents and sister on their farmhouse. Despite his strong familial bonds, Cole faces challenges in finding a life partner due to his tendency to become overly attached and clingy in relationships. Both Sadie and Cole share a mutual attraction, leading to a promising date that unexpectedly extends throughout the day and night. The connection is so strong that parting ways the next morning becomes a challenging task. On the way back home, Cole reflects on his time with Sadie, replaying the events of their first date. He returns home and shares the exciting details of the night with his family. Seeing a photo of the two of them, Maddie finds Cole's behavior strange and advises him not to be overly present at the beginning of a relationship, especially with someone who needs affection. Despite his parents' happiness, they urge him to take it slow. Drawing from past experiences, Cole resolves to be less clingy with Sadie, but inundates her with numerous text messages over a short period. However, Sadie's lack of response indicates that she is now ghosting Cole. He receives no response, except for a call from tax companies. Despite the ongoing scolding, Cole's father advises him to get some rest. Realizing his asthma spray is still with Sadie, he tracks its location using his device and discovers that Sadie is now in London. Discussing this with his family, they speculate that an unexpected mission might be the reason for Sadie not responding to his messages. Given Sadie's job situation, Cole's parents suggest he go to London and surprise her. Agreeing to the idea, Cole rushes to London to impress her. During the journey, he shares the entire story of his acquaintance with Sadie with the driver, who concludes that not having an international line is normal for someone frequently going on international missions. It dawns on the driver that Cole may have left his country for a one-day affair in London. He is reluctant to break his heart at the beginning of his arrival and encourages him to proceed with the surprise. After getting out of the taxi, Cole utilizes his tracker to pinpoint Sadie's exact location. Suddenly, Cole finds himself surrounded by a group of intimidating men. Despite his attempts to walk away from the situation, the men swiftly sedate him and forcefully toss him into a van, covering his face in the process. When Cole regains consciousness a few hours later, he discovers himself bound to a chair in an underground room teeming with dangerous insects and the men who abducted him. The group's apparent leader, a man named Borislav, labels Cole as the taxman and initiates an interrogation regarding certain codes. In a state of shock and panic, realizing the gravity of the situation, Cole insists that the gang has mistaken him for someone else. However, his pleas fall on deaf ears. Borislav resorts to using force, attempting to extract the desired information, and even contemplates torturing Cole with toxic insects. In the midst of this perilous situation, a masked woman bursts into the room, eliminating all the men with deadly precision. Swiftly revealing herself to be Sadie, she rescues Cole from the underground facility, skillfully navigating through armed adversaries. Sadie discloses her true identity, revealing that she is not an art curator but a CIA spy on an international mission. She admits to ghosting Cole due to his perceived clinginess, a characteristic he hadn't disclosed earlier. However, Sadie confesses that she had intended to reconnect with Cole upon her return to the USA after completing her mission. Unfortunately, circumstances have changed. As they emerge into the open, they find themselves in the treacherous high altitudes of the Khyber Pass in Pakistan. To escape the imminent threat from a militant group, they must navigate perilous mountainous roads in a bus, with danger hot on their heels, with Cole reluctantly participating in the fight. He makes his first kill with Sadie's gift, ultimately destroying several enemy forces and staining his hands with blood. During a forced stop, Sadie urges a stunned Cole to continue on their way. Levesque, part of the Wagner group, goes to the cave, where the group's leader shows him leaked information about the taxman. Stopping at a market in Pakistan, Marco, who seemingly has a turbulent past with Sadie, invites them for drinks. Marco reveals that Levesque possesses the weapon but lacks the passcode. To sell the weapon, Levesque must provide both the weapon and the passcode, prompting the desperate search for the taxman. As the argument escalates between the three, Marco explains that in a joint mission a few years ago, Sadie escaped, causing him to lose one of his arms. He expresses his inability to pleasure anyone without his expert hand. Sadie asks Marco to help Cole leave the country and return home, offering cash as an incentive. She leaves after bidding farewell to Cole. Shortly afterward, Marco, claiming the city as his own and assuring safety, is killed by a bounty hunter. Levesque has reportedly placed $1 million reward for the arrest of the taxman, making them targets for bounty hunters. The hunters are killed one by each other, until no one threatens their lives anymore. On the way, Sadie discovers that Levesque is searching for the passcode to the Aztec weapon, assuming Cole is the only one who knows it. However, Sadie explains that currently, no one can open the bag containing the weapon until the CIA breaks its passcode. She plans to use Cole as bait to destroy the dangerous gang. She decides to deliver Cole to Levesque for a reward, and Levesque immediately demands the secret code. During this tense moment, Levesque shares his own background, revealing that he was once a highly distinguished spy for the French Secret Service. However, he became disillusioned when he felt his own agency had abandoned him. This realization led Levesque to transform his life, engaging in spy work solely for personal gain, devoid of any moral considerations. Indifferent to whether his clients were governmental entities or corrupt private militias, Levesque prioritized those who offered the highest financial compensation. In the current scenario, Levesque agrees to compensate Sadie only after Cole discloses the code. To test the validity of the code, he sends Sadie, Cole, and a few henchmen on a private plane. Levesque opts not to accompany them, as an incorrect code could result in the case and the entire plane exploding, a risk he is unwilling to take. On the plane, Wagner discovers their famous private photo on Cole's phone, learning of their plan. After showing the photo to Sadie, they engage in a fight with the enemies, during which Sadie is injured. She urges Cole to take the briefcase and escape the plane with the parachute. Cole prepares everything, and with only one parachute, gets off the plane with Sadie. Despite her request for him to leave alone, Cole saves Sadie's life. They land on an island, and when Sadie regains consciousness, she realizes that Cole has made a shelter and taken care of her wound, ultimately saving her life, and also the weapon with them. During a phone call between Wagner and Levesque, Wagner explains that he lost them again. However, Levesque interrupts, stating that if they don't deliver the Aztec to the buyer within 48 hours, he will kill everyone. Levesque instructs Wagner to quickly take the necessary measures to find them. Sadie shares her location with the CIA, and they discuss their past and families. Cole learns that Sadie has no family and that the CIA trained her to live alone. Everything changes for her after meeting Cole. Cole also considers the first experience of leaving his country with these events to be unique. They put aside their differences and share a kiss on the beach. The following day, Wagner's forces opened fire on them on recapture the weapon before the CIA arrived. Cole and Sadie were taken to CIA office. Back in the United States, an operative attempts to persuade Cole not to trust Sadie, characterizing her as a ruthless spy who has gone rogue. However, Cole's attention is diverted as he successfully cracks the code of the Aztec case. The breakthrough comes when he discovers a clue in the photographs of Elena's house. She had a single plant, amaranth, which holds significance in Aztec rituals. Elena had acquired the plant from a scientist named Horvath, known for his deep fascination with Aztec human sacrifice practices and his involvement in creating the Aztec bioweapon. Cole, drawing on his extensive knowledge of agricultural practices across different societies, and his interest in the subject, deduces that the genetic sequence of the amaranth crop serves as the passcode to open the Aztec bioweapon case. The CIA, convinced of Cole's deduction, now faces the challenge of retrieving the bioweapon. To accomplish this, a plan is devised. Cole, still posing as the taxman, will contact Levesque, offering to make a deal by providing the code in exchange for money. Levesque, intrigued by the offer and validating the accuracy of the first digit of the code proposed by Cole, agrees to the deal and schedules a meeting with Cole in the USA. The mission begins, and Cole is placed on the way as bait. CIA agents are in contact with him, asking him to play the role of the taxman effectively. The hostess guides Cole to the reserve table, but he becomes worried because only 3 people will protect his life, and Sadie is far away from him. Looking at the gift given by Cole, after Utami and Levesque arrive at the hotel, Wagner kills all 3 of Cole's backups, leaving him alone. Levesque informs Cole that the support forces have been killed and demands the passcode. Cole tries to waste some time, but Utami demands the passcode immediately, threatening to kill Levesque and Cole together. Levesque, with a gun in hand, attempts to force the passcode from Cole, but at the last moment, Sadie arrives, looking beautiful. She goes to the table and announces the new price to Utami. Levesque realizes that the real taxman is Sadie, and Cole is just her boyfriend. Sadie hands over the passcode, and the Aztec weapon appears. Utami's employee immediately deposits the money into Sadie's account. Levesque tries to take the money by threatening her, but Sadie counters by offering a reward for killing Levesque with his $10 million. Several bounty hunters are at the hotel and confiscate Levesque's gun. Seeing his boss in danger, Wagner orders his people to run away. After Sadie steals Aztec, a shootout ensues. In the midst of the fight, Cole saves Sadie from getting shot. Engaging with the out-of-control Wagner, Cole brutally murders him after Wagner shoots the hotel's orbiter. After killing Utami, Levesque seeks to obtain Aztec. In a confrontation, Wagner seriously injures him, but Cole intervenes and pushes Levesque away. Cole obtains the Aztec, but after an impressive move, Sadie strikes a hard object into Levesque and retrieves the Aztec. The story concludes with a romantic scene in a beautiful location, showing the loving couple kissing each other. Sometime later, Sadie has lunch with the Cole family, and they share a good time. In the concluding scene, set 3 months after the previous events, Sadie arrives at a luxurious location where Cole has been patiently waiting for her. The atmosphere suggests a date night, portraying a balance between their professional and romantic lives. However, the scene takes an intriguing turn as Sadie opens the trunk of her car, revealing a target she has kept hostage. This unusual juxtaposition implies that despite the challenges of her demanding professional life, Sadie is committed to making time for her romantic relationship with Cole. Meanwhile, Cole, now actively pursuing his educational interests once more, embodies a renewed sense of purpose and growth. The scene serves as a snapshot of their dynamic, capturing the complexity of Sadie's life as a spy and the unique bond they share. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this.